Good to see you again. Sorry, this isn't directly Liberty related, but wanted to ask you, what your thoughts are on Elena Delle Donne coming back to the Mystics as a special advisor now that she's announced her retirement.
Yeah, when I saw Elena in the draft room during draft night, it made my heart really happy. I think she's exactly where she's meant to be. Obviously, with her retirement coming this year, we knew it as players, but for her to say it is different. And obviously, in her little quote, she said that, her body gave up before she was ready, but she still has so much left to give to this game. And for those players there in that organization, she's going to be just the right addition that they needed when they needed it. So I'm happy that she's still staying around the game and just as impactful as a coach as she was a player.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thanks. I'm sorry, go next to Gabe. Gabe, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. How we doing today? Tosh, a lot of the talk has been the combination between you and Sab in that backcourt and how dynamic you guys can be. But I want to talk more about the front court. How excited are you to play with some of these front court players, and how well do you see yourself pairing up with them?
I'm really excited. I'm excited to play on this team. I think what makes us so special is our versatility and our depth. There's no drop off at any point. We have an offense that is positionless and that there is weapons at every position. So as a point guard, I salivate with that thought process, but especially with the versatility of Stewie and JJ, that excites me more than anything to play with mobile bigs that can score in the multitude of ways. It just presents a lot more options to me as a point guard. And then on the defensive end, I love to get up and pressure, but if I get beat, now I get to yell Stewie or JJ and they get to pin their shit on the backboard. So I'm excited all around just to be able to play with this group. And again, we're so versatile and we're so deep, and that's what's going to make us special all year.
All right, thanks. Turn next to Courtney. Courtney, go ahead.
Hello, ladies. My question is for Coach. How do you continue to evolve as a team now that you guys are the champions and trying to repeat? But you talked about that before, but can you elaborate more on that, of the evolvement of the team?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we spoke about. Stewie said, repeating, this is not just about repeating. We know it's extremely hard, but we have to embrace the opportunity ahead of us. But for me, it's about evolving. How do we continue to build on the good things that we did last year, fix up the areas we needed to? We talked about playing a little bit different style on 5 out and using our versatility at both ends of the floor. So now it's just getting those reps together and seeing how we can continue to add layers. But I think this is one of the best preseasons that we've had where we're at. Obviously, we're not our end product by any means, but excited about the foundation that we've have set. And these games are going to be critical for us early in the year.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Jordan. Jordan, go ahead.
Hello, Jordan from Television Sports. Hope you all are doing well today. So my first question is for both the players. Just talk about, what are you guys' individual goals coming into the season?
Individual goals is continue to be better. Like, I think for me, constantly chasing like the 50, 40, 90 mark is kind of excellent, and that's where I want to be at. And I think, making sure just leading this team by example, and knowing, there's going to be adversity and bumps along the way, but making sure that we just stay confident in everything we do.
And for me individually, I want to win championships. That's why we play. So I want to win a championship. For me personally, I want to make an all-star game at year 10. I feel like I've been overlooked a few times, but that's more not for me, for my parents. I feel like everything they sacrifice, that's a reward that they deserve too. And then for me, I just want to come in and be exactly who I know I am. I think I've moved a lot in the last 3 years, but my goal is to always just remain the same person that I am. And I just want to add to this team. Whatever it is that I need to give on any single night, that's just my job. So. Yeah.
And just a quick follow-up, if I may. Stewie, we saw you earlier this week on the Met Gala, so I wanted to talk about your inspiration behind the outfit, and if Coach and Natasha had anything to say about the look.
Yeah, I think it was incredible for myself, Sab, JJ to go to the Met with Clara. Outfit was designed by Sergio Hudson, styled by Courtney Mays, and For me, it was like I felt comfortable with what I was wearing, comfortable but elevated to be at the Met Gala and really tailored to the theme of superfine black tailoring. And yeah, I think that we played that theme perfectly, and it was really cool to just be in a room with so much greatness and just motivating, being around so many people that have excelled and been their best in everything that they're doing.
She look good. They look good.
Yeah.
I know y'all saw that. The little curl. I loved it. Swoop.
All right. Turn next to Miles. Miles, go ahead.
Morning, all. Thanks for being here. Breanna, I had a question for you about just preseason and the fact that almost all these games are now being televised and just the growth that we've seen. And obviously there's going to be a lot of conversation this season about everything looming CBA, but just how you have kind of received this expansion of just viewership from even these exhibition games and how that just is another metric of growth for this league.
Yeah, I mean, exactly like you said, it's a metric for us to kind of see where we're at. And, having preseason games on ESPN or nationally televised, or I saw the Valkyries had like 17,000 for their first preseason game. Like, those things are a little bit unheard of. Like, they haven't happened before. And it just shows the desire and the want to be a part of what we're doing here in the WNBA and how people want to continue to support. And everything is kind of going right in our favor for, as we're getting into the negotiations of a new CBA. But I think both sides are playing, like, we're doing this together. We know that, this is a big momentum shift for the WNBA, and we all need to take advantage of it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Turn next to Jim. Jim, go ahead.
Hi, guys. Just one question for Sandy and Tasha. If I can start off with you, Tasha, how much are you looking forward to a bit of stability now after a crazy 2025 so far to be able to settle into a season here at New York?
Yeah, it has been a little chaotic of a 2025, but that's life. Sometimes adversity comes along the way and test it through the fire, and that's okay. I feel like I'm exactly where God intended me to be, and I am thankful to be with this group. I haven't been around the team where the main thing has been the main thing for a long time, so it's refreshing in a lot of ways to me. I know you'll hear them talk about how refreshing my loud and annoyingness is to this team, but the freshness of this team to me has been kind of like, not life-changing. I feel like that's like major dramatic, but again, I'm just really thankful to be here, to be able to be myself and to keep the main thing.
And my question for Sandy. Sandy, we talk about the expansion of the WNBA and all the leading lights and all the exposure. Is the next step really, we look at the NBA, the NFL, the European game? Is that something that maybe the WNBA could have maybe a season game over in Europe, maybe in England or Ireland, or an overseas game? Do you think that's a possibility? And would that be something that New York Liberty would like?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a global game. And just like the NBA, people want to come and watch these games. So hopefully, I think that's a direction that we can go, definitely. And you should add Australia. I know it's a long way away, but that'd be pretty cool to get back there. I know, they're talking about it already. Can we get a WNBA team back there and playing? It'd be pretty special. But it is a global game, and it's really taken off. And it's just great to see women's sport finally getting the recognition that they've deserved for so many years. And we've got to continue to grow on that.
All right, thanks. Next up, Chico. Chico, go ahead.
Chico Nashon from The Score in Toronto. This question is for Sandy. The additions you guys have made this summer with both Natasha and Rebecca Gardner, how important is it to have their perimeter defense this year, especially with Lainey Hamilton injured?
Yeah, look, we've obviously lost Benija to an injury. We lost KT in expansion, and Courtney went back to Chicago. So, but really happy with the players we brought in, and Tasha's, which she spoke about. We tried to get her for many years, so we finally worked it out that she could come. But timing is everything, isn't it? But we've lost some, but I think we've gained even more with what they bring. Rebecca Gardner is really coming back, from a serious injury, but she looks great. So excited to see her development as the year goes on. But yeah, this is one of the greatest primitive defenders I've ever seen in the WNBA. So happy that she's on the Liberty now, and and then we've got adding the other pieces with the versatility and JJ. Really excited how we can continue to grow.